Welcome to Facts TV News, where everything is true. Man charged after being held with gun at wake in Portland. A St. Andrew man was arrested and charged by the police in Portland following the seizure of a gun at a wake early yesterday morning. 47-year-old Julian Williams of Burnside Valley has been charged with possession of a prohibited weapon and unauthorized possession of ammunition. The police say a team was on operation on Top Road, Port Antonio around 3 o'clock when they saw Williams at the wake. According to the police, his actions arose their suspicion. He was accosted and searched. According to the police, during the search, a Browning 9mm pistol with a magazine containing one 9mm round of ammunition was found in his possession. He was subsequently taken into custody and was charged after undergoing a question and answer session in the presence of his attorney. Westmoreland brother and sister reported missing. The police are seeking the public's help to locate Westmoreland siblings, 20-year-old Kerrick Moody and 22-year-old Kenisha Moody, who have been reported missing. The police say the brother and sister were last seen leaving a cook shop about 7:15 a.m. on Friday in their community of Grange Hill. Their mode of dress at the time they went missing is unknown. Kerrick is of dark complexion, slim built, about 5 feet 4 inches tall, while Kenisha is of brown complexion, slim built, and about 4 feet 5 inches tall. Anyone knowing the whereabouts of Kerrick and Kenisha Moody is asked to contact the police. PM defends decision to divest country's waste management to private sector interest. There are ways in which a public good can be provided by the private sector that increases the welfare of all citizens. This is the stance of Prime Minister Andrew Holness as he doubles down on his decision to divest the country's waste management to private sector interest. Mr. Holness earlier indicated that the National Solid Waste Management Authority will be divested of its current responsibility of collecting the nation's garbage to focus on its duty as a regulator. At the time, the move had sparked concern among some citizens who believe the government should not relinquish the responsibility to the private sector. This concern was again brought to the fore during the Let's Connect with Ambassador or Denmark Visual Forum on Wednesday. However, Prime Minister Andrew Holness maintained that the private sector can provide public services which would benefit all Jamaicans while the government regulates it. He said the government cannot manage hundreds of garbage trucks, among other things.
Whenever a conversation comes up as to what should the government or should the private sector provide, the immediate perspective is that if the private sector provides it, people who deserve it by virtue of equity may not get it because the private sector is only going to provide it on the basis of merit, who can pay for it. And I think that this perspective of how government works has limited our possibilities for a very long period of time in our development. The private sector is not only there to provide services directly to the public, for the public to pay for it. There are ways in which a public good can be provided by the private sector that increases the public welfare. When telephone services came in, it was provided by who? Who remembered TOJ, Telecommunications of Jamaica? So there are ways in which public services can be provided. So what we should establish is that if there is a service that the public sector can provide without depriving anyone of the service, then the government should allow the private sector to provide it and the government regulates it. And in some instances, it's the government that would pay. The challenge that the government faces, the government sometimes just doesn't have the budget to buy the hundreds of garbage trucks that are needed. So maybe this is an enterprise that a private sector person who can gain the benefit of efficient management and has funds to invest, make an investment, and the government pays for it over time with less burden on the budget, and the public gets an improved service. So I don't want us to look at incorporating the private sector in the delivery of public service as a bad thing. Private sector is an important part of the economic mission of independence.
Fatal fall. Mommy killed my little baby sister were the heartbroken words that alerted 41-year-old Dwight Brown to the tragedy unfolding at his Barrett Hall residence on Wednesday evening. Brown's 5-month-old infant Destiny was allegedly thrown from the roof of his 2-story dwelling by her 28-year-old mother. The baby died on Thursday at Conner Regional Hospital, where she was receiving medical treatment for the injuries sustained during the fall. Brown, a truck driver and tour operator in St. James, told reporters that the tragic incident stemmed from a dispute between his mother and his partner. According to the businessman, the woman had a disagreement while he was away in Portland for work. He told reporters that this dispute also opened the floodgates for another argument between him and the accused woman. However, this time it was about infidelity. So she say, I how me have woman here and me a gone with woman. Honest to God, me never gone with no woman. The time is slow and me a drive truck. So me glad for the little work, stated Brown on Friday. Me come home now and she start antagonize me. Me say, babes, I really don't want to talk about this now, I'm tired. So me lie down in the bed, the man added. This was when the unfortunate situation unfolded. The woman allegedly exited the room and took the infant to the roof of the house, where she threw her off. Her actions were reported witnessed by Brown's 8-year-old stepdaughter, who alerted both him and his mother. The child's frightening screams were heightened as her mother reportedly tried to also get hold of her, Brown said. Equally surprised and confused, Brown said he ran outside to pick up the baby Destiny, and while looking back at the house, he saw the mother of his child preparing to leave from the building. So me go out there and see the mucus and all of them things coming to the baby nose and mouth. By the time I look up, me see she and me say, why you have to do this? And she say, you no left. So me say, how me left? You know see me still there here. Me say, babes, I love you, because all at this point, she won't jump off now. So I said to her, babes, don't jump. I love you. Don't do this, yo. Brown recounted of the devastating day. He said that the woman jumped from the building and landed on scaffolding in his attempt to help the mother of his child. Brown told reporters that he placed the baby back on the ground and caught her during her fall. However, Brown said that this was not the end of her attempt to take her life. He said the woman's 8-year-old daughter had become hysterical and tried to run for cover. Brown believed that the woman would have tried to harm the child, so he called for additional help. Me put down the baby and start calling for help because me no want she kill the 8-year-old, he stated. I was so weak, I alone couldn't deal with her because it's like she had gone forced with her, Brown added. The man reported that his distressed partner also drank bleach in her attempt to take her life, and when he removed the bottle with the substance from her person, the woman allegedly tried to use a knife to inflict wounds to her torso. I don't know if she got any stab, but she jabbed herself. Then she took the knife to try to cut her neck, and me start bawl out, Brown told reporters. As he stood reflecting on Wednesday's incident, Brown said that he still remains in a state of disbelief. The father of 4 said that he believes his partner's actions were done out of spite as he adored baby Destiny. I can't sleep. I can't come to terms that the mother would really do this to her own flesh and blood, said the man as he fought back tears. He continued, it keeps rehearsing in my head. What could I have done to save this baby? May I try to go back to the memories to see what I could have done to save the child? I don't even have a place here. That's how I feel. My baby normally sleeps beside me every night. When asked if there were signs of trouble before this incident, Brown said their relationship was fairly new. He explained that he met the woman, who then became the mother of his child, a little over a year ago. I don't know the history of her. It is just 1 year since I was talking to her. I met her at a gas station. I rented a place for her, but she never go there and stay, he said. Brown said that as a couple, they learned they were expecting a child early in the relationship, so he stepped up to offer her all the support that he could. It's not like I was not playing a fatherly figure or giving support. She had everything that she desired. It is not like she go hungry. I am a business person. I gave her the support in every form, he stated. As he grapples with the reality of the death of his child at the hands of his partner, Brown said that the woman's 8-year-old daughter is also struggling to understand what took place on Wednesday afternoon. I think she has to get some serious intervention, some counseling, to go over that, and it is going to be long-term. It has to be long-term because this is terrible, stated Brown. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell